it. Do it again. Please welcome to stage opening act the wonderful Robert Prendergast.
Hello, everyone. Hello. So there's a seagull above my house right now, right? And it attacks me every morning. It comes down. And fighting an animal is like fighting a child. You know, if you lose, you lose. If you win, you still lose, really. You know. And I live in Crouch End in North London, and Crouch End has just been. Oh, who said that? Say it louder. Let's go. Crouch End has been voted the nicest place to live in all of London. Catch-22, it's made everyone very smug, and then, ironically, no longer the nicest place to live in London. It's like having a prize for the poorest person in Britain, and the award is £1 million. And it's like, oh, well, we've got to give it to second place. Oh, no, now they've got £1 million, you know. Anyway, the seagull's a big fan of Crouch End and clearly reads the Times. So every morning it swoops down and attacks me, and I walk out one day, and it shits down my arm completely. And there's a woman on the road, and she goes, oh, that's good luck. And I say two things. One, why are you so close to my house? And two, fuck off out of here, you know? I hate that. I feel like I'm being constantly gaslighted by God, probably, you know? Like, getting shit down my arm's a good thing. I had a jaw pain the other day, you know? And I went to the dentist, and they go, oh, wisdom teeth, you're just getting wiser. I'm the arsehole here, am I? In that case, yeah. I just hate birds of all kinds, you know. I think when I was 6, I had a penguin for my lunch, and I looked at the joke at the back, and it said, "What do penguins eat for breakfast?" Your mum. And I was like, oh. Is this a misprint? Did anyone else get that one? I don't know. I've recently gone through a breakup the last few months. Oh, thank you. Thanks. When we were breaking up, she said, give me one good reason why we should stay together. And I said, well, you're like half my act. I mean, you know, I don't want to go talking about dating apps again and stuff like that, you know. She was Italian. I'm not a racist, but when I saw they were only doing pizzas in there, I started to kick the fuck off, I tell you. It's the worst time in my life for there to be a Mario film to come out, I tell you that. If they make a sequel to Life is Beautiful, I'm going to flip the fuck out, I tell you. I think towards the end of the relationship, we had a sex issue. We didn't want having sex as often as I thought as we should. And I said, listen, I think we should have sex more often. And she said, fuck you. And I said, exactly. Now you're seeing the cause of the issue. I used to love Pixar films. That was my go-to place, you know, to cheer myself up. And then John Lasseter, the head of Pixar, he got Me Too'd, and that shit keeps me up at night, you know? I used to think Pixar films were the best titled films ever, you know? And now I just think of a guy who's trying to leave work as soon as possible, you know? Like Toy Story, I thought that summed it up completely. And now I imagine 2 interns knocking on his door and being like, oh, sorry to disturb you, sir. What should we call this, Toy Story? And he's like, that's good enough, get out of here. And I'm like, okay, sorry, sir. And they come back a few years later and they're like, sir, what do we call this film about cars? Don't fucking waste my time, get out of here. No, this is a really difficult one. There's a guy, he's in a house, old guy, and the balloons like flow him up into the air and he flies away. And he's like, shut the fuck up! We can't call it that. Let's just shorten it up. You've done it again, sir, you've done it again. And he's like, what are you doing after work, sir? He's like, oh, finding Nemo, finding Nemo, you are a genius, sir. There are seagulls in Finding Nemo too. Even Pixar thinks seagulls are cunts. I round it up with a seagull. So I wanted to get to the end of it. I wanted to get to the end of this whole seagull debacle. So I called Assassins Anonymous. That's what I called. They pay tax. They're a real company. And they sent over this guy, and he stunk of weed. He absolutely stunk the whole place out. But he was going to take care of the seagull for me. And he's like, well, while you're here, while I'm here, is there anything else you want to do for me? And I'm like, well, I'd very much like you to kill my ex-girlfriend, since you asked. And that's changed my whole philosophy on life, you know. Now I killed two birds with one stoner. Yeah, thank you. Just like Sam Allardyce would say to former goalkeeper Yuski Escalada, and that was my big finish. Oh, a football reference for anyone. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I had buy him a drink. Do you want to buy Robert Prendergast a drink? We will buy him a drink.